Don't say it. I know I haven't uploaded in 2 months. I know I lied about this. I'm officially a high school senior now. My summer break has just begun, which means I can hopefully start pumping out more content for you all. So get excited for that. Look, I've been busy doing some other things, which I would make videos about if setting up a tripod while I deadlift or some shit didn't invade the space of people around me. Yes, I go early in the morning, and yes, even then it's semi-busy. I also go to a commercial gym, so if an employee saw me with my camera, I'd probably get kicked out. But none of that is the point of this video. I'm back, doing the same shit I've always done, and I'm coming with a big one today. I want to teach you guys to be more versatile players. I think that versatility is the most dangerous tool for anyone in any sport, any hobby, any profession. The more uses you have, the better you can be. It's pretty simple. So to make you all more versatile, I'm going to go through all 5 main aspects of the game. That means shooting, finishing, dribbling, post-game, passing, and defense and rebounding. Some of these are grouped together, and I'll get to why when I reach those respective sections. Also, the sections are time-stamped in the description, so feel free to skip around. I've also done individual videos on some of these topics, which will also be linked in the description if you want more detail. But with that out of the way, let's get moving. This could get lengthy. First things first, everyone and their mother should know that if there's one thing here where I know what I'm talking about, it's shooting. I'm a natural scorer, this is what I do. So let's start with the basics. Confidence is something that I will always praise into the ground. It's one of the most underrated and overhated aspects of being a great shooter, because you need to have the ability to go 0 for 20 and say on your 21st shot, I'm making this one. People think it's delusional. They're always going to think you're ridiculous to keep shooting. In a way, they're right. Your belief in yourself has to be delusional to be a great shooter. You can't be shaken by anything. You're going to have bad days, that's fine, but you're a shooter. You need to shoot your way out of your slump. But moving on, your lower body strength is essential. Frankly, the only thing I worry about with my lower half during a shot is drawing enough power to reasonably get that shot up. I'm not someone that worries about foot spacing or anything like that. If your shot works, it just works. For me, and most people, that means power from your legs and aim from your arms. Yeah, to compensate for not spacing my feet properly and shooting off balance all the damn time, I've just gotten really good at aiming with purely my upper body. And it works out most of the time. As long as you keep your chest aligned, however that alignment may look for you, you'll be alright. The reason I say however that alignment may look for you is because some people shoot with their chest straight to the basket, or maybe you're like me and shoot with a chest slant. It all depends on where your set point is for your shot. For me, it's slightly above my head, so it's hard to block, but I can still see my target. Is that something that's essential for me? Not always, but it's a good habit to have. Obviously, this video is about versatility, so having the handle to get some nice shots off a combo is going to be beneficial. Or being a great finisher, just being able to score from all 3 levels can make you dangerous. Or just knowing how to keep the ball going and move off the ball that's going to open up your shot more than just dribbling all over the court. It doesn't take any skills to be a good player, but it takes a combination of all kinds of skills to be a great one. So now that we talked about how to shoot better than I did at your mom last night, let's go over how to oh shit. I really did not plan to write the joke like that. I guess it was just meant to be. Let's go over how to finish inside. I'm not talking about your mom this time. Close game like this is more mental than anything else. And that's coming from someone who has a clear disadvantage in this field. Regardless, the basket is 2 feet in front of you. Just put it in. I don't care if you use one hand or two. I don't care if you finish like John Wall or Taco Fall. Just make the shot. If you're worried about the defender, you're going to miss, so just shoot the ball. Even so, having a variety of gathers to get inside will be beneficial to you. If you're smaller than most, you got to be able to Euro, you got to be able to put it behind your back, and one of the most underrated and underused gathers every little dude should have is the low gather. I mean, think about it. You're already low to the ground. Imagine how much harder it'll be to take the ball from you if you're practically dragging the ball along the floor. It's also great for breaking through double teams. You can just use your forearms to protect the ball. When it comes to actually getting the shot up, being able to both absorb and evade contact is crucial. I can finish off a spin move, I can spin midair into a finish, I can hang and switch sides, I can hang and switch hands. All these little differences and adjustments are easy and effective ways to throw off defenders. Letting your floaters carry you forward, stopping on a dime to hit one, those are great ways to avoid and engage contact respectively. It's the little things when it comes to finishing that are going to make the biggest difference. Finishing with both hands is also essential. I'm not as skilled as many with my left as I am with my right. I know I'm not, but being able to change hands, being able to hang on either side, they're both great ways to avoid getting swatted by much bigger defenders. Being able to take it slow or outspeed your defender is incredibly underrated. Pretty much anything you can do to open up your options, you're going to want to do. Slowing down allows you to either float up, draw out a big to get past them and get deep inside, or spot an open teammate in the corner and kick it out. Blowing past the defense, well, that can in some cases force you to commit a shot. It opens up more ways to finish if you're quick enough. Stop quick and draw a foul on the floater. Keep going all the way and pin it off the backboard. Force your defender into a game of catch-up, then hit him with a quick pump fake for an easy 2. There's always options if you can get creative enough. You're probably wondering why I'd combine two things like dribbling and postgame. The short answer is they're both great assets to create a scoring chance, and I can't talk about one without the other. So they're the same thing now. Okay, when it comes to dribbling, every move you do should be with intention to get somewhere. I'm just messing around in this footage to emphasize the skill, but the shit I'm doing here, for the most part, should not be your first instinct in a game. You should be aggressive, direct, and precise. Actually, maybe not direct per se, because a big part of beating your defender is being misleading. You either have to be stronger, quicker, or smarter to get by your man. That's the most simple way I can define it. If you're stronger, it's like the defender was never even there. If you're quicker, it's like you were never even there. If you're smarter, it's as if the defender's presence means nothing to you. Take your pick and master it, then master another. Then get so good at all three, you become literally impossible to guard. Then become a post-up god comparable to Kobe, maybe Hakeem if you're a larger person. One thing that pisses me off so much watching guys play in the post, so many of them are scared to pivot in towards their defender. Dude, if you've already gathered the ball, that ball isn't getting stolen as long as your grip is solid. Use that inside pivot to your advantage. Ultimately, the goal of any pivot should either be to get past or away from your defender. Either get a step on them, or get into a position to spin or fade or something. Don't sit there running the clock in the paint. You can also use your presence in the post to open up lanes in the paint or open the corners for your shooters. Drawing an extra defender is a bad thing if you know where your teammates are, which leads me to our next skill to cover. Shouts to Dave for helping me film this portion, passing and facilitating plays. One could argue dribbling belongs in this category, but I have too much footage for this one, so it's its own thing now. Although I have yet to exhibit my passing ability on this channel, I can promise you that my accuracy is better than most. I've always had a good ability for leading my teammates and threading the needle. My problem, especially when I was younger, was always speed and power. So if you're anything like that, sticking to mostly chest passes is going to be a good move for you. It's just easier to generate the speed to get your pass through with two hands. But especially once you hit that high school level of competition, whipping the ball with one hand is going to be progressively more important. You can see us getting a little flashy here, mostly because we were just having fun with it, but you don't need to do all this to be a better passer. I keep a busted up tire in the trunk of my car purely because it makes it easier to work on passing if I ever get the urge to. You're going to want some kind of goal of sorts if you're going to work on passing, which is why it's probably the hardest to improve. Anything else, all you really need is a ball and a hoop. Passing, another person or target is going to be necessary, but the main thing that's important to passing is consistency. If you want to get the ball to your defender through double teams over a big with a cross-court pass on a fast break, you need to be accurate every single time. You need to be able to adjust the defense's positioning in a split second, because that's how quickly the play is going to change. You also need good communication with your team and an ability to read the floor. These fancy no-look passes and things like that you see all over the internet are built on knowing where your offense is going to be. Knowing your shooter's spots, knowing when to look for a cutter. It's these little things that you only pick up through in-game experience. Your hand-eye coordination also needs to be through the roof. You should be able to pick a teammate through a crowded defense and find them by misleading your defense. If I know I have a cutter or a roll man coming behind me, I don't need to look and see if they're there and give away my intention. I just throw the pass and it's in their hands before the defender knows where it's going. In that sense, you could say confidence plays a big role. But the most important things are reading the floor, hand-eye coordination, and consistent accuracy. Even with just the first two, it's going to be hard to throw the ball away. But if you're a pinpoint passer, there's almost always an open man. Last thing we gotta talk about is defense. I had no one to help film this part, so it looks like we're stuck with rebounds. But that's fitting, because defense, specifically rebounding, is the most hustle-based part of the game. If you put any effort into your defense, you're already a lot better than a good chunk of modern hoopers, and there's no denying it. I'm guilty of slacking on defense as much as anyone, but what got me more motivated to really put work in on that end was how much better you are when you put your heart into it. The extra fast breaks, the confidence and energy boost you get from playing good defense, they lead to better and easier offense. The old heads were right about that. And playing good defense, at least on the perimeter, is simple. Stay in front of your man, that's your only goal. You need to build the agility to keep up with them, and the strength to not let them push you around. That's all you need. If you're an interior defender or guarding a heavy cutter, strength is going to be more important. If you're guarding a shooter, agility. Beat them at their own game. Completely demoralize the offensive player, and your life will be much easier on both ends. Hey, it's been a long time. Apart from lifting and school and work and just hooping not for YouTube, it's college season. I'm planning to head off for next year's fall semester, so I've been doing all I can to get the application process done and out of the way. I've been considering and visiting schools, mostly in Florida and the Carolinas, because, you know, New England is cold. I don't like cold. I would go west, but that's just too expensive with not much benefit in comparison, so that'll have to wait. I want to hoop in college, so a lot of schools I've been looking at are D2 or D3. I know I can reach that level of competition. But enough talk about all of that junk. That's just why my uploads have been few and far between, to say the least. Crazy to think I've already been back in school for almost a month. Oh well, hopefully that stuff can be taken care of quickly and I can put a bit more time into this stuff again. I promised I'd upload more if I could. I know I've already promised a lot on this channel and not much has come of it, but this is different. This is about my passion, which you've got to believe me is still there. For the time being, I just have other priorities to attend to. Like I said, I want to hoop in college, so I've been working pretty relentlessly to be the peak hooper I can be. This footage is already almost a month old. My game is looking better than this right now. Besides the point, thanks for the support. Even when I barely make videos for the time being, I'm glad to see some of you still stick around. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.